Alright, so today's video is an update on a report I covered out of Minnesota in the past. That story focused on a coffee shop owner, and at first glance, it made her look like another business owner begging for Canadians to come back because her sales were down. Same old story that I always cover, right? But she reached out to me directly, and what I learned is that a lot of the important details were completely left out of that report. So today, I want to set the record straight and also correct myself on it as well. We'll also take a look at two updates out of Canada, one from the East Coast and one from the West Coast, both showing record-breaking tourism numbers. It's always good to hear positive news coming from home. Today's backdrop comes from Murray, who sent in this shot from Fulton Field Park in Kamloops. It looks like the perfect spot to watch planes take off and land. Thanks for sending this in, Murray. Before we jump in, if you're new here and you actually enjoy this video, hit the subscribe button. Now let's go back and replay that report out of Minnesota featuring Sarah, the coffee shop owner. I trimmed out everything else in the report just so we can focus on her part.
The reasons behind the drop and how one business owner is trying to bring back customers from north of the border.
Good day. Welcome to the Great White North. Go.
Canadians Bob and Doug McKenzie never stepped foot in the Java Moose coffee shop in Grand Marais, but a lot of other visitors from the Great White North have.
What percentage of your business is made up of Canadians?
So about year-round, 20 to 25% of our business is Canadian visitors.
But this year, owner Sarah Jorgensen Hallberg says customers from Canada have stayed away.
The numbers are definitely down. Part of that is just because the lower value of the dollar, of the Canadian dollar right now. But primarily it is them taking a stand and just saying, like, we're not coming to the States right now. We don't feel welcome.
So on social media, Sarah started giving shout-outs to our neighbors from the north.
It is Canada Day tomorrow.
Posting pictures with the Canadian flag.
We just wanted to reiterate how welcome they truly are, not only at the Java Moose, but in Grand Marais and Greater Minnesota. Just saying, you know, come on down. We miss you. We love you guys.
It's a double holiday. It's a Canadian holiday as well as a U.S. holiday.
Time will tell if Canadians will return to the land of 10,000 lakes.
We know that they'll be back again someday.
I'm Bob McKenzie. This is my brother Doug.
Maybe even Bob and Doug will visit.
I don't know if I should be offended by the whole Bob and Doug thing. I mean, is that what they really think of us? Anyways, so this is the report that the Minnesota news outlet put online. You can see how it shaped the same old narrative I've been calling out in so many other reports. And yeah, I reported it the same way I saw it. I wasn't the only one either. This piece spread on Reddit. Other podcasters picked it up. And pretty quickly, Sarah was painted with a very specific light. Now, after talking to her, the first thing she did was apologize for holding the flag sideways. I was pretty critical of that, and I'll admit, that was probably me generalizing everything I see in these news reports. She also told me in her interview with the news station, it was much longer than what was made on TV. What got cut out was her talking about the 51st state threats, the unfair treatment of Canada, how she disagrees with the current US administration, and how she still supports the Canadian economy despite all the current issues that we're having. I've had other business owners reach out to me before, and their responses were completely opposite. One even told me that it's our fault for overreacting and that Trump is just joking about everything. I ignored that. But when I read Sarah's message, I realized she wasn't like the other businesses that I've featured. And after rewatching the Minnesota report about 5 times, I realized I missed something. I overlooked how much effort she made to show that she actually understands Canada, and most importantly, how much she supports us. Here's what I'm talking about.
So on social media, Sarah started giving shout-outs to our neighbors from the north.
It is Canada Day tomorrow.
Posting pictures with the Canadian flag.
We just wanted to reiterate how welcome they truly are, not only at the Java Moose, but in Grand Marais and Greater Minnesota. Just saying, you know, come on down. We miss you. We love you guys.
It's a double holiday. It's a Canadian holiday as well as a U.S. holiday.
Now, we all know when a business owner says, we miss you, we welcome you back when you're ready, it's a trigger phrase for us these days. But the reason I showed you this, because Sarah actually knows when Canada Day is, and also our holidays. And let's be real, most of the average US citizens wouldn't know that. And we damn well know that MAGA would never know. That's when I realized Sarah genuinely cares about Canada, the same way that many of our US viewers here on this channel do as well. So I apologized to her, and I told her I would make it right for her, to let you know that Sarah is not the way the US media portrayed her. She also sent me a message for all of you to watch here, and I want to share it with you now.
Hello, Guard the Leaf and followers. I want to thank you for allowing me to do a little recording here. I really appreciate the chance. First and foremost, I need to apologize to each and every one of you for misholding the flag. Back in the spring, in my excitement and haste to share our support of the Canadian boycott, I misheld your flag and I did not do my due diligence, and I am deeply, deeply sorry if that was seen as disrespectful. I meant no disrespect by that. I'm a super fan of Canada. We travel there very often. All of our special occasions are spent in the Thunder Bay area or further afield. I even go to Thunder Bay just to buy my toilet paper because I want to support Canadian made products. And frankly, you have way better toilet paper. Secondly, and rightfully so, Guard the Leaf called me out on an interview that I gave to a Minneapolis news station a few weeks back. What was not shared in that, and it's not Guard the Leaf's fault because they had the information that they had at hand, was the full interview that the news station didn't air. And most interviews are not fully aired, and that is the risk we run when we do recordings. I'm doing a recording right now. I'm running the risk. What was not shared was my unending love and support of the Canadian people and the boycott. I understand why you are not coming, and I fully 100% support you. The news stations, all media, is going to use what fits within their narrative for their story at the time. That part of what I said didn't fit their news story and their narrative, so they chose not to share that. And that is the risk that we take anytime we're giving a recorded interview. Lessons learned on my end, don't do recorded interviews. Do the full live moment, because then all of you get to see exactly what I want to say and what I exactly feel. So I have gotten many emails from many of you, and I've responded to them all, and we've had great conversation. We've had great dialogue as well on Guard the Leaf. Thank you so much for responding to me and also hearing me out and allowing me the small moment of a platform. I am a Canadian super fan. I love you all so very much. I know we all say like, oh, I want to be Canadian or anything like that. I truly do. I've always wanted to be, but I'm going to stay in the States and I am going to fight to make the changes that need to happen here. I love and respect every single one of you, and I greatly appreciate the opportunity to come on here and apologize to you firsthand. It has been 3 minutes and 9 seconds, and I'm going to get off here now and allow Guard the Leaf to use their platform for what they're very good at doing. Thank you again. Take care.
I wanted to share my learning lessons from all of this. First, I need to be a bit more careful about generalizing US business owners. While some are clearly Republican supporters, and it's obvious by what they say, others genuinely do care about Canada. And sometimes what gets edited out of these reports can completely change how we see them. Second, I knew I had to create this segment for Sarah to help clear her name within our community. It took a lot for her to step forward and to record this message for you. So I wanted to set the record straight and make things right. Now, Sarah, if you're watching this, I really do appreciate you reaching out to me and also engaging with some of our community members and answering all of their emails. I've had community members email me saying they had a great conversation with you. I also do want to apologize for how critical I was in the first video. Now that I know the news station cut it out, it's clear they did a big disservice to you. I support you in your fight to make changes for where you live, and I wish you the best moving forward, and I hope to keep in touch with you. Now, I wanted to shift over to some good news coming out of Canada's tourism industry. The first update is from Halifax, and it's about their cruise ship season this year. It's booming, numbers are way up, and the industry is seeing a good season this year. Let's take a look.
All berths are spoken for along the Halifax waterfront over the next couple days. In fact, it's so busy, one of the 4 cruise ships in Halifax today has tendered in the harbor.
The town's beautiful, so clean, so well kept, and so, it's wonderful.
It's a gem.
As the CEO of the Downtown Dartmouth Business Commission looks across the harbor, he envisions a time when ships will be tying up on this side too.
HRM is currently working on a waterfront plan for Dartmouth, and that should come to fruition sometime in 2026. We'll have the plan, and then from there we'll know where, cruise ship could possibly fit in on the Dartmouth waterfront.
Now, I've never been to the area myself, but I would imagine if the cruise ships are also able to dock in Dartmouth, it would give their local economy a real boost as well. Now, here's a question I have. Would this even be a story if it weren't for all the political issues that we're having with our neighbors? I really don't know. But if you're in Halifax or in the area, drop a comment and let us know. I'm honestly curious if this boom in the cruise ship industry is directly tied to the boycotts or not.
As busy as it was today, tomorrow will be even more so, with 6 ships carrying close to 10,000 passengers scheduled to call on the city. That will be the most ships in one day all season, according to the Port of Halifax.
If we had, 20 to 30 days of cruise ship passengers, a portion of them wandering around downtown Dartmouth, it would help our small businesses, our restaurants, cafes.
Reassessing also believes that Dartmouth Terminal would open up tourism opportunities in other areas of the province and add to what is already a $200 million industry.
There's a lot to offer on this side of the harbour and in eastern Nova Scotia for cruise ship passengers to experience.
Officials with the Port of Halifax say they are supporting the city's plan to look at developing the Dartmouth waterfront. In the meantime, they're preparing for unscheduled arrivals later this week, as 2 ships have added Nova Scotia to their itineraries in order to avoid a hurricane and a tropical storm out at sea.
Now, I wanted to share this report because while most of what I cover is the cause and effect of Trump's damage to his own country, Canada is actually benefiting from it too. You can see right here in the comments, thousands of Canadians choosing to spend their money at home, and international tourists are skipping the US and coming here instead to support our economy. Now, this next report comes from my side of Canada, and it's great to see some positive tourism news coming from my side of the country.
Taking off from Tofino for Hot Springs Cove, Washington State's Alex Nelly is checking off a trip she's been dreaming of for years.
I've heard about Tofino and the coast here for years, and it always felt so far away. So I was glad to finally just do it.
Tour guide Alex Frank is at the wheel and is about to make this one his boat full of tourists will never forget.
Wheel of the day. Wow.
Finding not 1, but 6 gray whales feeding in a Howsett territories, complete with flukes and oohs and ahs as the beauty of Tofino unfolds on a picture-perfect day.
There we oh, beautiful.
And rafts of otters soak in the sunshine before arriving at these steaming hot pools right on the Pacific Ocean, an experience Nellie calls magical.
I'm so glad that I did go out and do those things you kind of want to do that sit in the back of your mind.
I'm glad to see US citizens coming up here to support our economy. Now, year over year, I believe the reports show that the number of US tourists coming to Canada is down. But even with that drop, there's still more US citizens coming north to Canada than there are Canadians going south. And on that note, I do encourage our US viewers to come visit Canada. You will be welcomed here. I just won't welcome the ones wearing the red hats, repeating the Republican rhetoric.
The American is one of many that appear to have made the summer of 2025 one for the record books for Vancouver Island.
It's been quite busy. Sounds like we're going to be booked up for a long time.
According to Ahoos Adventures, the busy tourist season also started well ahead of usual.
We really saw a huge influx of travelers, primarily in the April-May portions of the season. That was the part that really caught us off guard.
And data suggests the entire island felt the love from tourists.
Partners like Tourism Nanaimo and Destination Greater Victoria, that they were in the high 90s for their occupancy, so 95% occupancy.
The Comox Valley Airport set new records this summer, seeing more passengers travel through its terminal than ever before. June, July, and August each marking the busiest months on record, all culminating in more than 50,000 passengers in August alone, the highest single month in airport history.
All signs are pointing to a really, really strong summer and hopefully a busy fall as well.
It's really wonderful they're willing to share it all with us.
Tourism helps employ 26,000 people on Vancouver Island. With the peak season now in the rear view, the cooler weather will also bring lower prices for islanders to explore their world-famous backyard.
We really do have an incredible backyard here in Canada, from coast to coast to coast. I'm especially glad that my parents got a chance to experience the East Coast for the first time. And for those of you listening, I do hope you get to make it out to the West Coast as well. Now, today's video was a real learning lesson for me, and I hope it helps to remind everyone that while it's easy to generalize with all the chaos going south of us, and I've been guilty myself, we do have a lot of supporters south of the border. Not everyone is against us, and many of them are our friends. If you found this video helpful, hit the like and subscribe button so this message reaches more people, and share it with your friends too. And if you're still here and you do want to see more of my videos, check out the other ones that are showing up on your screen now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.